Hello and welcome to our weekly financial report brought to you by Q Prime. And here is what you need to know for this week.
Markets remained under pressure as a result of escalating geopolitical tensions. The volatility index continued to rise as investors escaped risky assets for safer investments. Despite the previous week's bearish shooting star candle, gold edged higher this week. Oil resumed its bullish uptrend with renewed momentum as investors globally exited their investments in Russian oil companies, stimulated by war fears. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell supported stock indices by stating that he expects only a 25-point rate hike at the next meeting, which limited the week's decline and left the market relatively unchanged. The unadjusted to inflation Australian retail sales in January increased by 1.8%, far exceeding expectations. The Reserve Bank of Australia decided to keep interest rates unchanged at 10 basis points on Tuesday. The Canadian GDP for December fell short of the target at 0% month over month. The February manufacturing PMI in the United States exceeded expectations. The Australian economy expanded during the fourth quarter of 2021, with GDP reaching 3.4% quarterly, far exceeding expectations. Inflation in the Eurozone continues to rise, with the CPI at 5.8% in February. During the week, crude oil inventories fell by about 2.6 million barrels. The British economy's PMI numbers for February were higher than the previous month, but they fell short of market expectations. The weekly initial jobless claims decreased slightly. The week concluded with a stronger than expected NFP report. According to the data, the US economy added 678,000 new jobs in February, while the unemployment rate was 3.8%, which was lower than expected. Geopolitical tensions are expected to continue to affect markets and drive higher volatility over the next week. The economic agenda is relatively light, with only a few high-risk events. On Thursday, the main focus will be on the ECB's interest rate decision and monetary policy statement. Markets will be watching to see how monetary policy reacts to the Ukraine conflict and whether any hawkish comments will be given. Other important economic figures to watch for this week include the Japanese GDP on Tuesday, the US core CPI on Thursday, and the British GDP on Friday.